3, 2, 1.
This LVG quote, had me rolling, blood. Like when I seen it, he's a mad guy, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
I'm very sorry that Di Maria once said I'm the worst coach he has ever had. Here sits next to me, Memphis. He was also at Manchester, and now we kiss on the mouth. We're not going to do that, but that's how it goes in football. These man on some Baby and Wayne thing. What's he talking about? That's Baby and Wayne, man.
Gaal, bro. I love Van Gaal, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I saw the Di Maria quotes, about Van Gaal, and the first thing I thought was, you pussy, blood. You know, like, that's the first thing I thought. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, I have this argument with people all the time, Angel Di Maria seems to think, that if you get GA, that means that you played well. Do you know what I'm saying? No. And this is the problem with a lot of modern football fans, and this is why I don't like the players I don't like, because they feel like they can go through the game, costing the team, in so many different ways, and then because they got an assist or a goal, it makes up for their poor performance. And Angel Di Maria said that he hated Van Gaal, because he would get a goal or an assist, and Van Gaal, would give him a compilation of all the times he lost the ball, and he took offense to that. Do you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, if you give the ball away a lot, you're not a good footballer. Period. No. You're a liability. You're costing the team. Do you know what I'm saying?
110%. I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So, and Angel Di Maria, as much as he is, people say, oh yeah, he's such a creative player. I remember him playing for Man United, and the talk of him losing the ball was on Bruno's level, blood, if not worse, bro. Everyone used to talk about Di Maria losing the ball all the time,
I think it's a mix and it's a balance, because yes, you want your creative players to play unsafe. You want them to play non-safe balls, because then if you have a 10 or a wide player and they continue to just pass it square, pass it backwards, the criticism of them would be they play too safe, there's no through balls. So it's about picking your moments. That's
but bro, it's how you lose the ball, bro. Yeah, that's why I get annoyed at Bruno as well. Because I remember Di Maria would pick up the ball on the right wing, and try and play a 40-yard Rabona, a 40-yard fucking Trivella outside of the foot. And it's like, bruv, it's not getting there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying. It was never getting there, bro. Like, if you do that 100 times, it might get there once.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to use that pass?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because my biggest criticism of Bruno is him losing the ball, but it's not even him losing the ball in the final third and from through balls and things like that. I just think he's careless at times in the middle, in the middle and in our defensive third. That's my biggest issue with Bruno. If a 10 or a wide player is trying to create, more than often than not, I won't criticize like that, because you're trying to make things happen. But why are you volleying the ball up in the air on the halfway line or in the defensive third? That's an issue.
And that's the thing. And when you're playing a possession-based style of football, by all means, I love creative players. Lose the ball in the final third.
Yeah.
Lose the ball lose the ball. Exactly. Lose in the right way. Lose it trying to play a perfectly weighted pass, but maybe you just underhit it or you just overhit it or something like that. But when you're trying to play these fucking FIFA PlayStation passes that like really they're not gonna fucking go off, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not going to work. Why are you trying to play a Trivella 40 yards when you've got a man right here that you could just play in a little give and go? Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what Di Maria did, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyone that remembers how frustrating he is, can understand, that when Van Gaal's saying, all right, cool, there's nothing on recycle the ball, and Di Maria does the Bruno thing and just goes, hoof.
Yeah. And that's the major issue. Someone said it in the chat, and you said it there, that frustrating is probably the correct word to describe Di Maria. Where is this come from, though? What happened? That spot.
Because remember, Argentina are playing Holland.
Oh, right. Okay. Now it makes sense. I'm thinking, this is back in 2015. We almost in 2023. What is going on? So obviously them two are playing each other. Di Maria's mentioned this press conference.
Yeah, saying that he's the worst manager that he's played. And Van Gaal's like, well, Memphis had to deal with me as well. You get me? That's where this has come out. And him and Memphis are calm. Do you understand? So
I'm with it now.
It's one of them ones where everyone talked about Memphis saying how it was Van Gaal's fault that he didn't work out for him at Man United. Clearly, that's not the case. because
They
they get on
well.
just fine. Do you know what I'm
They get
saying? And that was the point. The point was, yeah, the reason why it didn't work out for Memphis is because Memphis was too young, and the pressure on him at the time, yeah, for him to be the player that he is now, he wasn't there yet. You know what I mean?
Nah.
And he come into Man United at a bad time, because when you come into Man United, yeah, the Fergie era is still fresh in the memory. Do you know what I'm saying? So David Moyes was there for a few months, then Van Gaal comes in, and then he signed as the golden boy coming from Dutch
2014, isn't
football,
it?
smashing goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was never going to work out for Memphis, because Memphis come in, got the number 7 shirt, and he was just meant to be the guy that was meant to be the face of the revolution. It was never going to be that.
And it didn't happen. We've seen many players, like we could list off a list as long as your arm in regards to players who have come into Manchester United and it's not worked for. Because we all know, like we always say, I say it all the time, I've said it on here before, systems reign supreme. That's what it is. Systems reign supreme. And without it, you are, even as good as you are, you're gonna see the difference. Your levels is gonna drop off. What's this?
But this is it. And Anthony Martial impressed Eric Ten Hag early on with his attitude and intensity in training. He liked the way he integrated into the team and combined with players around him, which is exactly what I always say about him. Also saw a popular player in the locker room. And that's funny, innit? Because I've always said this about Tony. This myth about him having a bad attitude, it's funny that the new manager hasn't seen that. And then the way he combines with players and the way he links, that's how I rate Martial. That's how I rate players in general. And that's why, yeah, when people want to throw Sancho under the bus and that, it's cool. I'm going to wait for the Sancho revival, because when Sancho's like absolutely blowing smoke, do you know what I mean? I don't want to hear no one. I don't want to hear no one say nothing, bro, because it's going to happen. Because combination play in football is so important. Do you know what I mean? It's not only how good you are as a player, but it's how good you link up with your teammates and how you make everyone else around you better. And the better Man United are as a team, the better the likes of the Martials and the Sanchos are going to be, because they're not individual players.
Yeah, because it comes back to what we were saying, what I just said there about systems. And with Martial on the attitude thing, that's just because he's not smiling and showing a lot of personality. That's why people say, oh, quote unquote, he has a bad attitude, he's miserable. He just seems like a calm, quiet guy. But when you're not,
man's his own business.
When you're not like Kante, I'm talking from a personality standpoint, people have an issue with that. Because if he was flamboyant, i.e. Lingard, i.e. Pogba, the people would have a problem with that. When you're quiet, like Martial, people have a problem with that. It's like,
people have a problem with that because he don't smile. He's moody, apparently. But
he's moody.
What the fuck's he there to smile about? He's there to mash work, blood. He's there to play football, cuz.
He just needs to get. I say it all the time about Martial. My biggest issue with him is him getting fit. That is my biggest issue with him. He needs to play more football. Availability is his biggest problem, and this is why.
But all you're seeing is a confident. All you're seeing is a confident Martial. That's all you're seeing. Like the guy Panenka the penalty yesterday, bro, and you even celebrate. He just jogged off, bro. You know, like that.
They'll complain about that. They'll complain about that.
It was a fuck crease. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's a confident Martial, bro. And that is a quietly confident Martial. But when man are saying that Martial's they're saying that Martial's form is impressed and that, bro, I don't believe Martial has form. Martial's just a good footballer, bro. Like, even when Martial was getting slandered before for not scoring goals, he wasn't playing badly.
No, because he's like you said there, he's not a bad footballer. Like, he has all of the fundamentals for a modern day striker. Again, my biggest issue with him, availability. He don't play enough. That's the biggest. Even this season, when he's played fine. I've not heard Manchester United fans complaining about his performance levels when he's played. We've seen the difference. The problem is he's not been available enough. I don't know how many games he started, but I know he's nowhere near enough. He needs to get fit. And the Jadon Sancho one as well. Because people, obviously, Sancho's been a hot topic and people have been mentioning him. I want to see him play central. I want to see him play central. I think that is the best. I think that's the best way until we improve our system and Ten Hag implements what he's trying to do more. That's the best way to get most out of him.